Special Event Alert.
I'm late because base housing made me cut my grass before my PCS. Which is excuse number 275 for being late for Changeover, your weekly space news and variety show. I'm your host, Marty Smith, and I'm joined by Mr. History, Eric Perrott.
Gentlemen, I'm glad to be here. Last night I had to watch the basketball game. The Fever lost, so I'm come tonight. So it's kind of a good night to not be on the podcast. I would have been disappointed.
Ah, well, sorry.
Now I'm over it, by the way. I'm over it.
Nice. And our man in the closet, fresh from Italy, Jake Wall.
Woo!
Oh man, it's good to see you guys again.
Comissimo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Fantastico.
Fantastico. Ah.
We're here to bring you the latest headlines and updates pertinent to all Guardians and to the other lower branches as well. So take your seats, get informed, because...
Wait for changeover. The Rockies.
I know we missed that.
Well, I missed it.
Nod his head.
Welcome back. Good TDYs
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Jake, how
man.
was Italy? My God.
Great
The
trip.
wedding was absolutely beautiful. It was like literally Tuscany, rolling hills,
Ah,
UNESCO World Heritage Site in the background, San Gimignano.
so this is
We
like
stayed-
eat, love, pray for you.
It was
Kind of-
crazy.
Kind
Like,
of environment, right? You're looking at
yeah,
all
it was great, man. It was that we stayed 4 days in San Gimignano, and then we stayed 4 or 5 more in Florence,
Oh, yeah.
and then
That's
4
awesome.
more down in Rome. So
Oh,
we didn't hop all around Italy. We didn't see all of Italy. We just
No, you got several
stayed in the
days
city
to
for
ex-
multiple days, and
explore the hell out of wherever you were, right?
yeah,
That's
it was a
really
lot
cool.
of fun.
Had you
So-
been to Rome before?
I hadn't. No, it was really cool where we were staying. It was just like you walk around the corner and you're like, oh, there's the Colosseum, or
Wow.
oh, there's the Forum, or like you're like, Ryan and I hiked up to this lookout, and I was like, this gorgeous, huge, one of the famous fountains, like
Oh,
at the
yeah.
top of this lookout, and then we turn around and it's literally overlooking Rome. You could look at all the major sites from there.
Were the
So-
tourists packed as it was when I was there? I was just
It-
I was going to say, I knew you were
That's
there,
what.
the
yeah,
tourists
it
was crazy.
It was packed. Like the tours, man, were just ridiculous. But
Yeah.
the only time we kind of cheated and got into the Vatican Museum, because there's a tour group that you can get in with, but they just get you into the front of the line, and then you're on your own after that.
No, that's not so bad.
They're doing another tour, but they're like, hey, you're doing that skip the line thing.
Yeah.
So you're with us through this, and then you're on your own. We're like, okay, cool.
Did you
That's
go into
exactly
the
what we
16
wanted.
Chapel?
Yes, that was
Amazing.
amazing, dude.
So, all right, here's the
Amazing.
question. Did you see the tapestry where you're walking this way? Jesus is looking at you.
Well,
And as you're walking by and look back
Jesus
at
is
the tapestry, he's looking at you this way.
He's always watching you, dude.
Oh,
He sees all.
whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
But he says tapestry like it's just a little rug on the wall.
oh no,
It's
it was
like
huge. Yeah.
the whole
Oh,
freaking
yeah?
wall, like 25, 30 feet tall.
It
Uh,
was
like
scary, man.
the map hallway was insane. Did you go walk down that? Like
I did.
you start on one end of the hallway, and it's just ridiculously long hallway. Like
Well, and
obscenely
there's
long.
so many
hallway.
people, you don't have time to linger and really truly
Oh,
look at
it's
things.
like
And
a
They're
but,
moving you through.
current.
but
You know,
we
you
weren't
can't
with the
stop.
tour, so literally Ryan and I were just standing off to the
Did
side.
you get to? I see. I had to move.
Yeah, we weren't with a tour
Oh.
group.
Yeah.
We got in, and then we just spent the time in the areas we wanted to.
No,
That's
that's
wild.
cool.
So
That's
we
great.
walked slow as hell through that
16
map
tunnel?
area
The map.
because the maps were like a massive wall and beautifully detailed.
Yeah.
It was just crazy. Like even
All
like
like
the
fresco
little
paintings or something, or it's just
it,
all
it was
painted
a
on the wall.
beautifully detailed map painted on the wall, like
Oh
of
wow!
Italy or of specific small regions, to include mountain ranges, to include names of towns, and then on the bottom of it is gold filigree decoration,
Wow.
and it's just in
Whoa.
swirls, and then all of a sudden it goes a bee just drawn with one swirl, and then it links up with a ship. And you're like,
It was an amazing
what
place,
is?
man.
It was ridiculous. So
It's
the
so
Sistine Vatican Museum was just impressive. It was crazy.
it's so astounding, and you're like, somebody did that freehand, or was
Yeah, I don't know.
right? How stupid
Yeah,
that is, but in today's world,
Yeah,
AI could
just
do it in 5 seconds. But
Yeah.
man, that's awesome.
it was amazing. We had an apartment kind of off the beaten path in Florence. We had one reserved, and then we had Airbnb. They contacted us and they're like, "Sorry, there was an issue with your apartment. We had to move you. It's a bigger apartment. It was physically bigger, but it was definitely shittier.
Oh,
But literally, we walk out. Eric, did you go to Florence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we
But I was
walk out
in
of
for
our.
a day at Laverno.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
walk out of our apartment main door. You look right, and literally the St. Mary's Opera House or whatever it is, right there.
Oh, wow.
And then go a half a block that way, and then Neptune's Fountain is right there, and that Michelangelo square where the David is, and the Cain and Abel, and all of the, and like literally you lean forward and you're like, oh, I can see it.
That's awesome.
We were right there in the middle of it all.
wow!
So
Man.
That's
yeah,
sweet.
it was super cool.
Did you get that feeling of, I can't believe I'm here where civilization, all the stories came from, all the beginning.
We were like, dude, Da Vinci could have been walking on this very road.
Yeah,
because all the roads are just,
Yeah.
you're like, this is crazy. And it was cool to see my son, like, how old is this stuff? And we're like, way older than the US, my friend. Nothing. I mean, the apartment building had like old school marble staircase, and it had been so used that it was everybody's divots in the marble were worn down over time of where
how
the
many
people had walked
1,000 years or whatever it is. Yeah, right.
Dude, that's exactly it. And you're like, holy cow, man, this is
been
crazy.
there a long time. Time.
And we were right a block away from that famous bridge, like the only bridge that survived World War II in Florence. Oh, it's the one with the shops on both sides. It's the jewelry shops on both sides of the bridge.
Okay. I'm gonna have to. I don't know what it is. But that's cool though.
I don't know the name of it.
I have to look at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look it up.
So yeah, it was a really fun time.
Love
but
Italy.
yeah, like I said, the pendants are coming for you guys.
That's awesome.
will bless you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Patron saint. It's still out there. We still can push that up to Secretary of War. Maybe Secretary of War will sign off on
Make it happen.
I liked it. But maybe
He'll
not.
be like, I'll give you back pain.
Maybe not based off of his latest speech. So we'll entertain that later.
Let him keep rolling.
Oh, get this back pain out of here. You're out. You're out. Find another profession.
Done.
Anybody with the St. Gemma medal? Here's the door.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Oh, yeah, but we were listening late for changeover. They said
that's going to be in our merch page.
There we go.
St. Gemma shirt. I'd love it.
A pendant to add to your dog tags.
We're going to wear them.
If I ever go with one of these Indian advertisers who all, I get contacted like every other week. Hey, I ran across your podcast. but you're not optimized. You need to do this and this and this. $1,000 for 1,000 subs. And I was like, huh, if only they weren't robots.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Or kids.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this room full of 1,500 kids, subscribe to this guy's
Yeah,
podcast.
all of
They're
them subscribe in one day.
Okay, there we go.
And if our audience really, truly, we had a big audience, that'd be nice.
We are up to 114 subscribers.
Oh, my
Heck
goodness.
yeah.
Look at that. 14
And
more.
who knows what happens with the Parade Deck Awards that are coming up on October 5th.
Oh, my goodness. That's right around the corner.
You know, it would be awesome if we won with 5.5, 6 votes. And it would really be a testament to how shitty Parade Deck is if we won with 6 votes.
That
Man.
would be
I probably
amazing.
just steal it right there, so who knows?
That'd be amazing.
Right there, we just got DQ'd.
You know, last week I did the little intro for just the kind of highlight clips, and it was the most lonely feeling ever without you guys around. So thanks for making it. Thanks for the sacrifice, and thanks for changing the day.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's get to the news, shall we? This first story is from Air and Space Forces magazine. All right. And it is titled Big Changes Are Coming to Air Force Basic Training. So,
All right.
yeah, it's interesting. But this will dovetail into some really entertaining stuff. And when I read you the highlights of the changes, Eric, you're gonna die. You're gonna just go ballistic. And this is Air Force. This is not Space Force. All right.
Yeah.
So this is your beloved Air Force, our beloved Air Force. All right.
Is my Secretary of War going to have anything to do with this? Because if I don't like it, he
No,
probably
this
don't
was
like it.
after, because this was a week earlier. You'll like it. The Air Force's revamped basic military training is set to launch on October 7th, adding more physical fitness training and new emphasis on operating in small teams for combat operations.
Okay.
Dubbed BMT 2.0, the new curriculum extends morning PT from 60 to 90 minutes and reduces the time trainees spend training for drill and ceremony and keeping dorms inspection ready. All right.
There you go.
In addition, airmen will get more exposure to live aircraft. Did you ever see an aircraft when you were in BMT?
Static displays, but that was about it.
Yeah.
And hands-on map and compass orienteering training. Don't get excited about that yet. To better prepare them for the challenges they will face in real-world operational environments. The changes are meant to feed into Pacer Forge. I think we did that story where they did the end of BMT exercise and they changed it to Pacer Forge. It's not, God, what was it called when you, the week, that last week of BMT? Yeah. You guys remember?
I didn't have it.
Oh, you didn't? Were you off playing football, probably? So,
Yeah. Flag football already. Its season started early.
I went to ground defense
oh, okay.
at Camp Bullis.
So they call it. The moves aim to instill a quote-unquote sense of air-mindedness, so new airmen fully appreciate how they fit into the joint force, said Air Force Colonel Bill Ackman. The new curriculum for BMT 2.0 is a result of an effort that 2nd Air Force Commander Major General Wolf Davidson began in August 2024 to better prepare trainees for the challenges they will face in a high-end fight with potential adversaries like China and Russia. So here's some of the changes. Operating in small teams. At a fundamental level, BMT leaders are restructuring the way trainees are organized, breaking traditional training flights of 40 to 50 into smaller elements in keeping with the Air Force's ACE strategy. I don't know what that
So they're going to go to squads.
Essentially. Yeah.
Probably, 12.
We're going to focus on an element which is a 10 to 15 person cohort, Ackman said. We want to evaluate their ability to operate in those small teams because that's how they're going to operate most likely in combat. So they're, like you said, they're going to go into squads. They're going to make a squad leader for a week. Then they'll switch it out.
Blah, blah, blah.
Leadership.
Leadership will be a key factor.
Okay, but that's all right.
Yeah,
That's
I
better
don't mind
than
that.
the group thing.
I don't mind.
Okay, here's the kind of misnomer. Learning to navigate. When orienteering begins later this year, it won't be the same kind of land navigation training soldiers and Marines get. Right?
It's going to know how to use your phone, GPS.
Yeah, dude.
It's not too far away from that. And I was so
Google-
disappointed in this.
Google Maps, find the nearest bar or liquor store that's open right now. Go.
There you go. Go. Oh.
Hey Jeeves, show me the way to go. Using
Ask-
the
Pulling out the Jeeps?
yeah, you like that one? You like that
Jeez,
old one?
man.
Using the BMT training area, we've got our 8 squadrons, and we just lay a grid map over that. Trainees will see that the 323rd Squadron is sitting at J3. They will learn how to read a map, orient themselves to that map, and make their way around an installation.
So with
That's the orient.
a compass and a map and a protractor and distances.
They're not
and,
going protractor. They don't need it.
Well, I know. Nobody needs it.
They'll be like,
See
all
the
right,
building from where they're standing. They're
you
like,
are at the
which
bowling
point
alley.
to the building.
I need you
That
to
way.
go to the records room.
So we're
and
talking about
due east.
which way is north? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
No, Marty's right.
It didn't say Lensat compass. It was just
Yeah.
Is
Or
it
you
over
You're
take
at
your
the
there?
map
bowling
to
alley.
north.
You
No,
need
that's
to go to the
Burger
class
King
6.
over there. You need to go over there. So that's a little disappointing. But at least they're letting them go around the base, right? Instead of locked into the training
What
area.
does that accomplish? But okay.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Wait, Marty,
Oh,
did
God.
you ever on an eval? You're like, comms are down. What are you gonna do? And they're like, send a runner. And they were
Right.
like, I was like, okay, who are you sending?
Where's he going to go?
That's exactly it. I go, who you sending? That person. I go, all right, where are you gonna go? Like
He
he's like,
doesn't
I don't
know.
know. He's like, go to the command post. He's like, I go, where is that? He goes, well, I don't know where the command post is. I'm like, do you have access to get into the command post? He's like, no, you need access. I was like, what, are you just gonna knock on the
You
door?
gotta
Say
pick
it's
up
an
the phone.
emergency about something?
Hey, this is the talk. Can you let me in?
Maybe you're
Dude.
making their point, Jake. Maybe you're making their point. I don't know.
Maybe.
You know, I mean, because
Send a
Buckley
runner. To
Buckley
where?
sucked technically on an eval when you're like, hey, I need you to go to building blah 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 in room blah blah blah. And he'd be like, I don't know the building numbers, man. Nobody knows the building numbers. Right?
Oh,
All right,
And
fine.
the
You go out
address and
here.
building numbers never match.
You see the first big radome? It's that building right there. That's building
The
420.
big golf ball.
Yep.
So maybe this land navigation thing will help.
I wouldn't even
I
call it
think so.
land navigation. It should be just orientating your map to
All right.
north.
I know Eric didn't read this story, so Jake, prepare for Eric to have like the cartoon steam.
My head's
I'm
gonna
excited.
explode.
I'm
I'm
excited
sure.
about it.
So this next one is more PT and dedicated recovery time. All right. Hold on. Hold on. I hadn't even got there yet. Expanded
Was it
PT.
like crew rest?
Well,
You get 8 hours for 90 minutes of
expanded
PT.
PT will retain the traditional focus on running push-ups and sit-ups while adding more high-intensity interval training such as box jumping, sprinting, and shuttle runs. Okay. Increased fitness training comes as the Air Force is also increasing the run portion of its fitness test from 1.5 to 2 miles next year, 2026. BMT will also make the switch ahead of next year. So, okay, good. That's good. Good thought.
Not a problem.
At the end of each day, BMT 2.0 will add a 60-minute recovery period before lights out, where trainees will be guided through a series of activities to make sure at the end of the day they have a chance to reset mentally and physically, Ackman said. Included will be stretching and tactical breathing or box breathing intended to lower the body's cortisol levels and lower anxiety and blood pressure.
And then they get 10 minutes in that chair of relaxation.
Oh, I know. That'd be awesome.
I knew you were
Frickin',
gonna
you get to
say
frickin' mentally save yourself. What a bunch of pokey.
Oh, you want to get angry?
No,
Go
wait.
look,
No,
go
the
look
special
up.
guys always preach about box breathing.
Yeah,
Like,
Eric,
they use that stuff
talk about,
all the
go
time.
look up box breathing, Eric. Look
Okay.
up box breathing.
I'm not familiar with it.
And actually, it's good. It's a good.
It's breathe
reset.
in for 4 seconds, hold your
Yeah.
breath for 4 seconds, breathe out
Breathe
for
out.
4 seconds.
And then
Okay, I'm okay
Hold
with
your
that,
breath.
but you have to do it in the recliner.
Oh yeah, you got to do it in a recliner. Do the rest, it doesn't work.
See, Jeff, you're killing me.
You got to
And
do it
you
in the
have to-
open. You got to do it in the open bay.
Oh,
You
right.
have to have the Southern Sky VR on too.
Now-
with water, rain
Yeah.
in the background.
Rainwater.
Now
Jesus
you're in the middle of the
Christ.
night. You got to take a piss. You're walking into the bathroom. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. It's like, you better be box breathing in there, buddy.
Yep.
I don't understand. Is it strictly a recovery from the 90-minute PT session? That's all it is.
No, this is at the end of the day,
It's
So-
from the
Oh,
rough
so
Right
whatever
day.
happened during the day.
right before
Yeah.
lights out.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
this
see.
is
I
right
thought
before
I thought we
lights
were relating it back to because
It's
90
quiet
minutes of
time
PT
before
time.
lights out.
Yes,
No,
it's
it's
quiet
quiet
time.
time before lights out. That's all it is.
Spank your monkey, you get the same effect.
Yep.
out. But you got to hold your breath for 4 seconds.
I'm all right
Yeah,
spanking
dude.
my monkey and hold my breath for 4 seconds. No big deal.
Because it's only lasted 4 seconds.
And I'm done.
Was it like you're racing the Sudafed to finish one off before you pass out? Is
Oh,
that what's going on? I
Oh,
popped 2 Benadryls and then raced myself.
all right. So maybe some of these BMG changes are cool.
Yeah, you got a whole bay of box breathers in there.
My
So
God.
Hey, that PT test though, the shitty thing is, I know PDH doesn't like fatties at all, right?
Oh,
Which is
no
fine.
doubt about it.
But the crappy thing about that new Air Force PT test is there was no adjustment for age.
no, well, that was for that one AFSC. I don't think that's going out to the whole Air
Okay.
Force.
Okay.
That was just for EOD doing
Okay.
that one. But
There
No,
was
might
they were
expand it
just
out.
took the Army's version and
There was
transferred it
nothing for
over.
age and there was nothing
There
for
was
sex.
nothing for age and nothing for sex.
Yeah, it was all the
Well,
same.
Did you watch any of that Top Gun?
He's going to
stuff?
lose a lot of people.
I watched a
series that
couple
we
of
talked
those.
about?
Yeah, I watched
In
a
the
couple of
second
those.
episode, they were showing that one pilot doing it, where he had the ammo can, and he's doing the
Oh
shoulder
yeah, yeah,
rest.
yeah. That
You
was
see it?
I
Yeah,
was
and then he
like-
had to buddy carry his buddy for
Right,
so
right.
far.
They were- yeah,
that-
they were
That's
showing
the
him doing the
Marine Corps
PT.
one, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
That one's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
I think so,
badass.
too.
Like,
Because it's all practical skills. you
yeah,
know, that they would need. So I was like, I can get behind that, even though it might take a while to adjust to figure out how to do the events, but it makes sense, you know.
yeah, that one's real cool, actually.
I mean, a sit up in a combat environment, probably not too
Not so much.
applicable. So
No.
We even a sit up, a crunch at
Right,
best.
well, that's true. That's
Crunch.
true.
Dude, get out of here with this full sit up.
Over 10 years of doing actually the full sit up where the base of your neck has to break the plane of the bottom of your spine.
Yeah.
I developed like bad shit in my
Your back?
coccyx and all that stuff from doing so many goddamn sit-ups. It was just
Yeah.
like, fuck, this sucks. So
If you would have been doing your end of night prayers
If I
to
had
Saint
a-
Gemma, you would have been fine.
Yeah, should have
4
taken care of
seconds
you.
in, St. Gemma, 4 seconds in.
Saint Gemma, please heal the back.
Or give me 20% for it if you would. So
Pay me. Pay me.
Yeah.
and the last thing
That's all
is
she got.
less marching and inspection prep time. So they're going to cut 40 hours of drill and ceremony down to 20 hours. So
I think that's a good idea. That
and
should
then
never.
they're not
equated to
going to
anything.
do like inspection ready bays. They'll just be like, it's got to be neat and tidy. All right. We're
Now,
not
see,
gonna,
I disagree with that. I always thought the attention to detail that you learned
well, true.
from
Yeah.
putting your shit tight, I thought that was good because that really read over to your skills, whatever else you're doing. I
It
mean,
did, and it's
attention to
also
detail.
a
Yeah.
way to mentally make you adjust to the military. Like
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
can't slack the corners. But
Right.
Yeah.
they're not going to spend as much time on it, so maybe you get less tossing of the wall lockers kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
maybe not. But they're like, they did have a quote in there that said, hey, your bed needs to be made, but it doesn't have to be made like quarter bouncing. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, I buy that. I get that.
See, I thought that was cool. I thought that's the attention. Me and my wife got into a discussion about, the tattoos that are, a full sleeve and up to your neck. And
Yeah.
she took the side of, why is that so important to not have that? It doesn't take away from the man's physical ability or the woman's physical ability. And I said, well, it was more about a professional standard that has been that way for centuries. And it has always served us well. So it's like, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Fair. Well, and that, go ahead.
Wait, no, because in the Navy, they were the first ones to have plentiful number of tattoos.
Yeah, most of them were covered.
You got certain tattoos when you achieved certain things.
Yeah,
right. You did a certain amount of trips, you got a tattoo. You cross the equator, you could get this tattoo. You got this. There was a whole record of your career potentially in tattoos.
Yeah. But
so it's more heritage in the Navy than it was.
True. But back then,
definitely
round on you coming in fully tatted.
Oh yeah, no, you couldn't. Yeah.
But come on
and
in.
You're right.
Ask basic and we'll tat the fuck out of you.
Yeah. Well, now the argument too is, Teresa made a good point, is the fact that damn near everybody that wants to come in the military now has tattoos all over.
Well, right.
Your recruiting pool is limited.
True.
Yeah.
True. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's, tattoos over the last 30 years, right, have become, I thought it would fade out, to be honest with you. I really thought like we'd do this big wave, like everybody's getting tatted, and then it would come back and I'm like, oh, my parents were tatted. Fuck that. I don't want to get tatted. And they're like, nope, my parents are tatted and I'm going to get tatted. Yeah. So
yeah.
For those of us that don't have tattoos, it's a minority thing now, severely. I mean, I know very few people that don't have tattoos.
I think Juan made a mistake in going in to be a barber. Should have went to be a tattoo artist, man. You're never out of business with that shit. Yeah. And they're, that's not $30 a haircut. That's $300 a tattoo,
Yeah.
I think the Tasmanian devil you have is really going to come back there, Marty. Yeah. It's going to be cool here before long.
He'll be running around Margaritaville, big man on Margaritaville, BMOM. Well, but bringing that discussion up, if you haven't seen the SecWar, which I kind of like, I have his full speech, but we'll watch a couple minutes of it. But towards the end of his speech, he does explain, which is kind of cool, why they're changing to Secretary of War and why we're the Department of War instead of Department of Defense. So here we go.
It's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see.
Now, remember, he's talking to the generals and admirals.
Yeah.
And that guy who's at Max Velocity is like, oh, shit.
I got to.
Fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
Whew,
and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. And that's why today at my direction, the era of unprofessional appearance is over.
Hey, now
no more
I
beardos.
Like that.
The era of rampant.
Eric, you talked right
era
over
of rampant and ridiculous shaving profiles is done. Simply put, if you do not meet the male-level physical standards for combat positions, cannot pass a PT test, or don't want to shave and look professional, it's time for a new position or a new profession.
What do you think?
I'm on board.
Jake, what do you think?
I don't know. I'm agreeing with him as far as it does look unprofessional. It has gone, the pendulum has gone drastically the wrong way.
Right.
Yep. If their whole idea is to thin down the force, this is going to be a very excellent way to do it. It's going to be good.
But they're not in. Yeah, you're right. They're not in force shaping. They just have their
No,
biggest, highest recruits.
They're not. And think who that's going to hit the hardest, right? There's those techs and masters that are on the cusp. They're your technical expertise. They're your senior NCO knowledge. They're the leaders of those guys. And they're just going to be like, done. When you need them the most, right?
I agree with everything you just.
We literally killed all the NCOs out of the Air Force.
But the problem with that thinking
that's a good
is that over the past 10 years, when they should have maintained the standards, they didn't. And the military let them fall off.
That's a good point, too.
I'm not arguing with that at all.
Right.
But you are going to lose. And you, in Space Force, the way they established it, it was a really, yes, they stole a bunch of Manning, but they didn't educate them, and they didn't plan on retaining them. So now all that Manning is going to. There's a huge gap between the baby Space Force members and the NCOs they stole from every other unit, every other service.
Yeah.
There's a massive gap in there where guys were like, oh, I don't need to go to the Space Force, or I'm tired of this freaking left, right, can't make a decision, can't do anything. Fucking, I'm out. I can make $120K as a contractor. You killed all those NCOs and senior NCOs.
There's another portion that were like, fuck this, I'm going to Space Force. They don't even have a PT test.
Yeah.
You know?
And those guys are coming up on retirement.
Right.
Because how long Space Force has been now in existence? What, 4 or 5 years?
They still don't have a PT test.
So all those 12-year people that you stole from every other branch are now right on the cusp of retirement.
Right.
And you haven't replaced them. Like as far as expertise, as far as even personnel, you don't have replacements for them.
Air Force,
you're going to be in a world of hurt soon.
Oh, I agree.
Especially if we keep instigating dumb shit against other countries that are near peer, potentially higher peer than us. We're near peer to them.
And you throw in the fact that we're getting rid of the reserves and guard. There's a ton of expertise that you're just flushing down the toilet. Right?
6 SOPs just had their last pass the other day.
Oh, they did?
They're done. Yeah, they're done.
Whoa.
They shut down.
6 SOPs were playing DMSP, Eric.
Well, it's just the reserve component of that space. So,
yeah.
So,
terrible. I don't feel bad. Sorry.
I don't feel bad either, but they're not thinking of the second and third order effects.
But if you could do it this way, Eric, I mean, you stayed security forces, which is rare. You stayed security forces your whole career, right?
True.
A lot of those guys are bail at 10 years or whatever, but you stayed the whole time, and you knew who to count on with your NCOs and all that kind of stuff. True. So imagine you got this influx. I know it doesn't make any sense, but let's go in a bizarro world. Let's say you had this huge influx of like, hey, I want to cross-train the security forces. Fuck yeah, let's go to cross-train the security forces, right? You would be astounded. You're like, you're cross-training in the security forces.
There's a mental problem
with that
boy.
Yeah. But let's just flip it. Let's say that's the way it was. So now you've got your E6s on with no experience in security forces, right?
And they don't have a schoolhouse for them, Eric.
And
they had zero training for them. They shipped them to the units and said, teach them space and your mission.
Everything you're doing now is OJT with those guys.
Yeah.
You'd be like, are you
And you don't have the Manning to do that.
Well, a little different for us because every security forces unit usually had a 3 to 4 man training shop.
Yeah. So did we. And then they all fucking left. And it was they fucked up the Manning. Right. They moved everybody to crew. And they had a 1-person deep training shop that had been training for a month. That's every squadron.
That never occurred for us.
Force.
My training everywhere.
But you can. I mean,
just imagine
you can
that you
figure
PCS
out that scenario and how frustrating that would be.
Yes, I can.
Right. And how bad for the overall force it would be.
And I agree with what Jake said. The problem I have is a little bit, and I know you guys are going to bite my head off on this.
Yeah,
A little
Problem.
self.
I'm going to agree with you.
Well, you are in the military, you wear a uniform, and you don't want to look like you're a 2-ton Sally. So your self-integrity of saying, I joined the military for a reason.
Right.
I shouldn't be 300 pounds. I shouldn't be 280. It should have never happened in the first place on a personal.
Well, but here's
agree.
the thing. How did that happen? That happened
Totally.
because leadership was lax. Leadership was lax.
I would agree.
Right.
I would agree.
And let me play this part for you because he addresses some of that. So hold on.
But when it comes to any job that requires physical power to perform in combat, those physical standards must be high and gender neutral. If women can make it, excellent. If not, it is what it is. If that means no women qualify for some combat jobs, so be it.
You know, and I've thought, I think we've all thought that way, really.
Well,
You know, it's
especially
like-
people of our age.
If the standards here meet the standard, whatever you are, there's a lot of guys that don't meet the standard.
Yep.
We all get that, right? But the women that do, you're like, oh shit.
Badass. Rock
Tip of
and
the
roll.
hat to you. Welcome to the club. You know, we're all in now. You're a badass too. But he does talk about, and I'll probably screw this up, but he does talk a little bit where he's talking about arming the commanders and the NCOs with the power to not have to go on with this stuff. So
That is not the intent, but it could be the result. So be it. I'm issuing new policies that will overhaul the IG, EO, and MEO processes. I call it the no more walking on eggshells policy. We are liberating commanders and NCOs. We are liberating you. We are overhauling an inspector general process, the IG, that has been weaponized, putting complainers, ideologues, and poor performers in the driver's seat. We're doing the same with the equal opportunity and military equal opportunity policies, the EO and MEO at our department. No more frivolous complaints, no more anonymous complaints, no more repeat complainants, no more smearing reputations, no more endless waiting, no more legal limbo, no more sidetracking careers, no more walking on eggshells.
now I've got a comment on that before whatever you guys weigh on. I remember being on crew, and I don't know if this happened. Jake, were you there? Were you at Buckley when Chief Cherry was there?
Yeah.
Or did you leave before they left? Anyway, there
I
was
was
a
there with them.
Chief Cherry, great guy. This was back, Eric, when we were all in flight suits.
Yeah.
And there was a girl there who looked fantastic. In
I think we've had this conversation about her.
but she wore that flight suit.
Real tight.
She had it
should have
tailored.
worn. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, that's what his complaint was.
Well, he said that
She
her
had it
flight-
tailored for a reason.
Okay, so you remember this incident, yeah?
Yeah.
So he told her that she needs to go, basically put on a regular flight suit because it's distracting, and it was distracting.
It was distracting.
She she complained about that, and then he had to go answer the mail for it.
Oh.
Right. So maybe that's what he's got to be. That's what he's talking about. I mean,
I'm
when
sure.
people learn the system,
And they know who to go talk to get out of whatever.
and I think over the last couple decades, as commanders, first sergeants, whatever, kind of scared of the MEO office or the IG office or the complaint office because nobody wants that.
Yep.
Right. Then you're tied up for forever.
And
But-
then you're tying your NCOs and officers' hands by them not taking action because they're afraid of the complaint.
And then they
Yeah.
back off because they don't take action, and then the behavior continues. So
Yep.
I get it.
And
I
don't
see
think
what he's
you're a good supervisor or superintendent until you had at least one IG complaint.
Yeah, I agree.
saying. Yeah,
I agree.
Right.
Because as soon as you piss
Right.
those guys off, they're like, and like,
Agreed.
but that's. I agree
But that-
with him on the IG does definitely need to be adjusted and handed power back to them because they don't.
They just
they're
can't-
neutered.
But they blindly follow every complaint. And there's got to be some barrier at the IG. Is like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, I wish there were. That is a good. I don't know. It might be a good call. I wish they would take more action on certain things like the IG.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
I also wish they had the opportunity to, like, not. I don't know. Maybe not punish, but basically tell people that was a bullshit complaint. Go back. Don't bother us with this crap anymore. Because
like
almost
almost
like there's people that are like just constantly, as soon as they don't want to be on shift, as soon as they don't want to deploy, as soon as they don't want to do this, IG complaint. Complaint.
I remember being on crew and there was a girl. I don't remember her name. You probably remember who she was, Jake. But there was a girl who was she was DNIF. So Eric, she couldn't pull crew, but she was there, but she couldn't pull crew for some reason. So she couldn't sit on the console, but she was at the shift. Yeah. So and it snowed, and the commander told her to go out and shovel the entrance to the MCS. And she did, but then she walked right over to the IG and complained.
And that was upheld.
So here's the thing.
I don't know what the results of it was, but she was
Marty, the reason I had such a difficult time transitioning from the weapons loading community to the space community is we had guys that had DUIs and they were on 12-hour shifts. 8 hours of it where they had additional duty. 8 hours of it was work. The other time, every day, they were out making garden boxes and flower boxes for CE. Additional. And that was it. Like, they just got in trouble, and this was the penance. That person should have been, okay, fine. 8 hours of this, you will do your normal work. And now you will do 12 hours total doing bullshit for your whiny ass complaints.
Right.
That person should have been punished for not doing what they should have been doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Army famously had a God, I can't remember what it was called. A summarized Article 15 where they would take like money from you and put you on like 15 days extra duty.
Yeah.
You don't think that's a great disciplinary?
Oh, that's a hell of a deterrent.
Yeah, now, anytime you took non-judicial punishment, whether it was money or paperwork or a task,
that gets your attention, right?
Yeah,
right.
I don't agree with the lack of anonymous, especially for.
I agree. Yeah, that's
especially for any kind of sexual anything or any kind of
I agree with
harassment or anything like that. You have to have
that. Hit me the same way.
You have to have whistleblower protections.
That hit me the same way.
Those cases.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, he broad brushed too much on that.
Yeah,
because
I was like,
you don't want, if there's something seriously wrong, you don't want to deter somebody from reporting.
Especially since a lot of times it's very difficult to get action taken against these people. Like, honestly, the Space Force is not space, the Air Force space community. There had been multiple complaints against senior leaders, like multiple, and it never went anywhere until somebody finally got raped. And then it finally went somewhere, and then the officer ended up committing suicide and never faced trial or anything like that.
I think it's interesting in this day and age that you have like I don't know if you've ever seen it, at least on Facebook. They have the Airmen, NCOs, whatever that Facebook page is, where they point out, hey, this was screwed up. Over in Beale. This was screwed up in Lackland. And then you got Army WTF moments pointing out, hey, there's mold here. This water's still bad. There's rats in the kitchen. So you got
these guys are getting beans and bread for freaking Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah. So some of that that stuff that goes unresolved, you get enough of a groundswell and they're going to fix it. They got to fix it. There's too much of a PR not to fix it.
Yeah.
All right, a little bit more if you want to. Do you want to hear any more of this?
Oh, yeah, let's go.
All right. There's only a couple minutes.
At the War Department, promotions across the Joint Force will be based on one thing:
Merit.
merit.
What?
It's colorblind, gender neutral, merit based. The entire promotion process, including evaluations of warfighting capabilities, is being thoroughly re-examined. We've already done a lot in this area, but more changes are coming soon. I have fired a number of senior officers since taking over. The previous chairman, other members of the Joint Chiefs, combatant commanders, and other commanders. The rationale for me has been straightforward. It's nearly impossible to change a culture with the same people who helped create or even benefited from that culture, even if that culture was created by a previous president and previous secretary. My approach has been simple. When in doubt, assess the situation, follow your gut, and if it's the best for the military, make a change. We all serve at the pleasure of the president every single day. We are preparing every day. We have to be prepared for war, not for defense.
There it is.
We're training warriors, not defenders. We fight wars to win, not to defend. Defense is something you do all the time. It's inherently reactionary and can lead to overuse, overreach, and mission creep. War is something you do sparingly, on our own terms, and with clear aims. We fight to win. Well, today is another Liberation Day. The liberation of America's warriors, in name, in deed, and in authorities. You kill people and break things for a living. You are
Well, he
not
did.
politically correct
No nonsense
and don't
there.
necessarily belong always in polite society. President Trump has your back, and so do I. And you'll hear from him shortly.
Wow.
Pretty good, huh? I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
He
I need
threw
to
it
watch
down there,
that
man.
full-
Yeah,
You know what's weird
he
is, like,
spoke for like
not
45
watching
minutes.
that full speech. They were like, I've heard clips of him saying the gender neutral PT tests and stuff.
Yeah.
He said it for specific combat careers. He didn't just say all PT tests were
Correct.
gender neutral.
Right, but they chop it up.
And-
Yeah, they
But
chop
that's
it up.
not what I saw and read. And so
No, we did the story.
taking the words
EOD.
from his mouth, I was like, oh, okay,
Whoa.
that makes more sense.
They're
than-
going through the whole Air Force, and it's like, no, only certain AFSCs. Right. In fact, we did that one on EOD, right?
Yep.
So I think what's interesting about that, and we'll see what changes, is that he said it out loud, and I think a lot of it's kind of what has always simmered with us, not that we have any resentments or anything.
No,
we
there was
learned
a
how
lot
to-
of people who thought like that, but would never say anything.
correct, right, and we were one of them.
Now we have.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because
Sure.
you knew what would happen if you did.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. So they're changing BMT. Hegseth comes out with that. I wonder how many retirement orders are dropping now.
Yeah. Well, Jake, here's the thing, and I know you're going to. What's
Yeah.
going to happen when the next Department of War comes in, Secretary of War, and we go back to all the old freaking
Maybe
base
yeah.
names and
Yeah.
basic training and DEI and all of it comes back. And once again, we're spending all kinds of cash
Yeah.
to retrograde back to the same old shit.
Hey,
That's what bugs
maybe they told him, "Hey, keep those fort names in the closet because in 8 years we might want to put them."
Yep.
I,
Crazy.
it's probably long enough to be potentially solidified, but
I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't like the
Well-
constant back and
Back
forth.
and forth.
Yeah,
tugging
that's true, and it seems piddly, but you got to start if they want to do something. You got to start, and then just make it kind of like a foundation. All right,
Sure.
and I agree with this thing about just the mentality shift from defense to
Sure.
war.
War.
So stop using us for policing actions.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's
That would
you
be
know,
nice.
if
That
we
would
if
be
we
nice.
don't do a Kosovo, if we don't do something else, because
All of that, right?
we're the Department of War.
Peacekeepers of the world.
All right.
Well,
all right.
you think then to deploy the military, you would have to have a declared war
A
then,
declaration of war.
which we haven't had since what, World War
World War
II?
II.
What was Afghanistan? Afghanistan was
That
never
was
a
not a
declaration of
war.
war, right?
Nope, never a
No.
declaration.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
It was a war on terror, but it wasn't a
It was-
declaration of war
Yeah,
No.
because
because
Iraq
it was a
and
blanket
Afghanistan.
use of military all over the
Right.
world.
Yeah,
I mean, North Africa, like everywhere.
yeah, because Korea was a police action, right?
Yep.
Vietnam was never declared as a war.
No.
It was always
Nope.
advisors.
Yeah.
What was Urgent
And
Fury?
we were never in Cambodia or Laos.
That was just an operation to rescue freaking medical students,
Yeah, that's
supposedly.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
then it was to, stop the Cuban occupation of Grenada as well.
So, yeah, if they hold to that, all right, fucking
Yeah,
first
would be nice.
people in 60 years. Have done
Yeah.
that. So
Well, I truly believe, and I'm not going to disparage either side. If Vance is our next president, then I think you maintain status quo as we're going right now. If for some chance we lose and a Democrat steps in, I guarantee things will change back a little.
yeah, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
But right now, it's a lot of groundwork for vets like us that can appreciate that.
Sure, and I agree with that 100%.
There's a lot of pitfalls coming. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things to be ironed out. But I think when you think of the military, he says things when you think of the military is what I think of the military.
Well, me too. And certainly based on what's going on in Ukraine right now, you're looking at a world power, world military power in Russia, looking at Ukraine and beating them up.
Yeah.
That's the kind of war we're going to be fighting.
Well, that's Kosovo all over again. That's Bosnia all over again. Here we go.
And I'm certainly, we're a much stronger military than in Ukraine. I mean, you're going to have more of an air campaign, I'm sure, just like we did in Iraq. Probably troops occupying an installation somewhere. I mean, it's going to be, in my opinion, something like that.
Which is funny when you bring up when we bombed Iraq. Just to close this out, I think I mentioned this before, but you go the whole Top Gun Maverick and the Navy planning that whole run to blow up that nuclear power plant. It's like, just give it to the Air Force.
Right?
They'll do it from so far up they can't do anything about it. They'll drop a couple bombs that you guys don't have, and then we'll come home and it'll be done. You don't have to do the G's thing. You don't have to do the anti-aircraft thing. Just let the B-2 guys do it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I can't tell what that look is on Jake's face. I can't tell if you're disgusted or if you're just tired of the topic.
I'm just
What do you got,
tired
man?
of getting my hopes up and then just jackassery as usual. That's my problem.
Part of
and not specifically this administration, every damn administration.
I agree.
I
agree.
Like, just stop.
You
just
know, when
do
you-
what's best for the American people, please.
When you sit there
once.
and I remember doing it in the Army when I was in the Army in the 90s, and they were like, look at the women. Who was the woman they pushed forward when we went down to Panama? I think she was military police. There was a female that they pushed forward, and they're like, look what she's did. And you're like, well, yeah, but the standards are different. And they're like, you shut up. So maybe we're finally, I don't know. You're right, Jake.
Yeah.
Maybe we're finally getting there to what we're supposed to be. I don't know. Probably not, but
No.
it does seem
time
hopeful.
will tell. Time will tell.
All right, let's get to something more positive. All right. So from Task and Purpose, I only put Tuskegee Airmen on the screen there, but Task and Purpose ran the story this last week. One of the last original Tuskegee Airmen dies at 100.
Wow.
How are all these World War II guys? What do they know that we don't know? That
Keeps them alive that long, right?
Right. Lieutenant Colonel George Hardy, one of the original members of the Tuskegee Airmen and one of the nation's first black fighter pilots, died last week at his home in Sarasota, Florida.
Oh.
He was 100. Hardy was part of the original group of Tuskegee Airmen and is believed to have been the last of the original group's combat pilots from World War II. So when World War II broke out, his brother joined the Navy. Hardy wanted to follow in his brother's footsteps. I think he was from Philly. I can't remember. But was dissuaded after his father refused, citing racism in the military. Eventually, just after turning 18, Hardy joined the U.S. Army Air Forces. He, like other African-American pilots and aircraft crewmen, trained at Tuskegee Army Airfield. This was where the segregated military sent black soldiers to train as fighter and bomber pilots. Yeah. Then Second Lieutenant Hardy. Think of what you were at 19. Then Second Lieutenant Hardy was sent off to Italy with the 99th Fighter Squadron, 332nd Fighter Group, the all-black fighter group nicknamed the Red Tails. He and the others in the squadron were tasked with escorting American bombers for missions over Axis territory. The Tuskegee Airmen became widely known across the Army Air Forces in Europe. Bombers suffered some of their lowest losses in the war when they had Red Tails providing cover. When Lieutenant Colonel Hardy was piloting his P-51 Mustang, he was only 19.
That's crazy.
19 years
That's crazy.
old. The youngest Tuskegee Airman in combat. After the war, he studied engineering first at New York University before he was recalled to active duty, then at the U.S. Air Force Institute of Technology for his graduate degree. He was sent back into combat during the Korean War, this time piloting a B-29. So he went from a P-51
to a bomber. Wow.
Much like was it your uncle, Jake, who came out there that everything came back to him?
Yeah.
He flew a P-51. They bring him back. He goes to Korea piloting a B-29. Guess how many combat missions he flew in that B-29? 45.
Oh, my God.
45 combat missions during the war. And he again stayed in the military after hostilities ceased. He would see action once again during the Vietnam War. Wow. There, Hardy flew 70 combat missions, piloting a C-119 gunship, often during 19 missions. Nighttime missions.
Nice.
He finally retired in 1971 after 3 decades of service. He was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross with Valor, the Air Medal with 11 oak leaf clusters, and the Commendation Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster.
11 oak leaf clusters for the Air Medal?
So you get like 18 little silver ones that equal 5.
Is that like 3?
I don't know how many rows.
3 ribbons he would have to fill up?
You'd be like, how many of these little brass things I got to buy to fill this up?
Yeah, he's got 4 equals 1 silver.
Yeah, right. He's got to do like the Roman numeral thing.
Silver.
Yeah.
And then he has to get another medal.
What?
Jeez.
Badass, right? So,
man.
Lieutenant Colonel George Hardy.
That's an amazing guy right there, man.
That is
Went
amazing.
From a P-51 to a B-29 to a C-119.
Spooky.
God, dang, man.
Holy cow.
Good on him.
Very impressive.
See, yeah. Well, you get guys like that, right?
That's amazing.
Nobody was worrying about what his PT test was. That's for damn sure.
Nope.
It was probably ripped.
Oh God, yeah. Holy yeah, for 30 years he was ripped. He
exactly.
was that guy who was running, come on, young fella, come run with me. And you're like, oh, I hate those guys because I can't keep up with them. All right, gentlemen. After last week's episode, when I saw some of the movie games, we haven't played a movie game in a while.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I created one for you.
Uh-oh. Jake's downfall. I'm coming for you, boy.
All right. I've got the topic this time is military biography pictures.
Okay.
Biopics, right? So I got 6 of them for you. And we're going off an audience score. So you got to guess the audience score. And whether you're above or below, we'll take the delta and the lowest score wins.
All right.
And I've got my score sheet, Jake.
Whoa.
He's more prepared.
I am. That's what actually the extra day of prep helped me. So, all right, you guys ready to play the movie biopic game? First movie up for you is Patton.
My boy.
Okay. Let's see. Patton, 1970. Came out in 1970. Biography of controversial World War II hero General George S. Patton, starring George C. Scott. Eric, what's the audience rate this movie as?
So it's like tomatoes, right? Rotten Tomato scores.
Right.
What you're
It's
looking
by
at?
the Rotten Tomatoes score. Taken
I'm
from
gonna
Adam Carolla.
say that's going to be really good at 82.
Okay. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. All right, I forgot I got to record these.
Oh, here we go.
80. Stop it, Jake. Jake, what's your guess?
74.
74. That was he got an Academy Award for that, Jake. Come on.
Fine. 75.
Fuck off. I'm keeping your 74 just for that. Patton's audience score is 93.
Oh,
boy.
Eric, you were way off.
93.
Jeez, Eric. I can't
Oh,
believe
hey. It's been a while. See, it's been a while. You guys are way out of practice.
One.
Yeah,
to
man.
Nothing.
All right, that's a warm up, but it counts. So it's not a warm up.
Yeah.
Next movie, Jarhead.
Okay.
If you remember Jarhead, the biography of Marine Anthony Swofford during the first Gulf War, starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Jake,
It was-
what did Jarhead score by the
Was there an
audience?
Academy Award for this one? Or are you going to
You didn't care on the last one. You didn't
We
care on the
didn't
last
say it until I made my ridiculously low pick. You're like, he won 4 Academy Awards for this. What's wrong with you? Like, I didn't know. I was
All right,
basing it on the shitty haircut.
What do you give old Jake
Uh,
Gyllenhaal?
Oh, I'll give him an 89 just for the abs alone.
Oh, that's true. He has always had abs, boy. That
Oh,
boy.
and the sweat in the desert, he was glistening,
Yeah.
right?
That was the one where they
Eric's
played.
disappointed.
Didn't they play football out there with the mop
Oh.
gear? Isn't that the
Yes.
scene where they played out there?
Yeah. I thought the movie was kind of silly, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I don't think it scored that high.
He's
I
going
think
64.
I'm going to go 68.
Ooh, okay.
68. Jarhead. Audience score is 68. Holy.
What?
Eric nailed it. I didn't like the movie just because at the time I saw it when I was young enough or younger, it was so anti, military and all that kind of stuff. It was hard to take. I should go rewatch this and see if it hits me any better. So
I think it came and towards the end it really went over the top. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah.
So
I don't
right,
honestly
next.
remember it.
I know some of these.
Hey,
Some of these
Jake,
you may
what-
not have seen. So
what'd you think about that score, baby?
That was a good score. Huh?
Whoa,
Per
Eric.
usual,
Per
you were
usual.
winning in the game.
Per usual. Next movie, American Sniper.
Oh,
2015 this came out. Isn't that wild? 10 years ago? The story of U.S. Navy SEAL Chris Kyle, starring Bradley Cooper. Eric,
this was pretty good. I liked it. Oh, I'm going to go 94.
94. I better write this down. 94 for Eric. What do you think, Jake?
I think it was pretty good, and he had a good following, but I'm not that sold on it. I'm going 83.
83 for Jake. The audience score is 84.
Oh, there we go.
Well done,
84.
Shakespeare.
Boys, you
Oh,
are all
comeback,
over
comeback.
this thing, man. That is now okay. This next movie you may not have seen, but
I
it
doubt
is a pretty big biopic.
Please.
Born on the
Spaceballs.
4th of
No.
July.
I've seen it.
All right. Born on the 4th of July, came out in 1989. It is a story of Marine Ron Kovic, starring Tom Cruise.
Didn't like this one either.
It was about Vietnam. I should go back and rewatch this because I didn't like it either when it first came
Yeah,
out.
I don't remember this one at all.
This is the one where he's in the wheelchair after his.
Yeah, I think the story was he was a
Protesting.
Marine. He He shot a fellow Marine by mistake. He lost one or both legs. I can't remember. And then he turned against the government and was a
became
protester.
a protester. Yeah.
But then kind of found his piece, sort of like Lieutenant Dan. So.
Yeah. Found in the middle. Jake, you're first on this one, brother.
Jeez,
Uh,
dude. Is there any Academy Awards or
Nothing? No awards
nothing.
for this movie.
I don't remember this one at all. 76. We're going 76.
76 for Jake. Eric.
yeah, I don't think it was very good either. So I'm going to go 72.
72.
It's gonna be
Boys,
like a
I don't know if you're
94.
looking these
It's
up
gonna
or
be a
not.
94.
76
Oh.
for the audience.
Jake got me again,
Oh, my
man.
Dude.
God, this is
Oh man.
unprecedented, guys.
Nice call. Nice call.
Wow.
This
is
came out
amazing.
like 3 war movies came out right at the same time, I thought. as this one,
Yeah,
like-
this was. I wanted to like it because Tom Cruise was in it, and I think his acting was really good. I don't know if I really liked the story of Ron Kovic. So there was a lot of biographies that were out. It seemed like a lot. They were kind of similar.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I was gung ho, and then I was, disillusioned. Then I was anti-government, and then blah, blah, blah.
Well, it portrayed his entire military service in Vietnam as nothing but marijuana, pot smoking, and that happened a lot. I'm not saying that didn't.
Sure, and that
But
might
there
have
was
been his
also-
experience.
Yeah, there was also another side of very professional military soldiers doing the job in Vietnam too. So
A lot like how Jarhead portrayed the military that was out there.
agreed.
Right? So, all right, next up, Hacksaw Ridge, boys.
Whoa.
Are we tied? It's 2-2.
Hacksaw Ridge. You are
2-2?
not. No. It's
But
total
he's doing
score.
points.
It's total
He's
score.
doing the numbers were off.
from the distance. My bad.
Yeah,
You're
it's
right,
total score.
Eric. We would be tied 2-2.
Right. Okay.
This one was a good one.
I like this one too.
And
I did.
And I believe there was a comment of this was the best war film since Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, that was on the you fucking guy.
Says it on the box.
Hacksaw Ridge came out in
Says it on the box.
2016. The true story of PFC Desmond T. Doss, starring Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, this one was pretty impressive.
91.
Oh, Eric, 91.
I like this one a lot.
91. Jake?
87.
Ooh.
I think I personally enjoyed this movie, but I don't know how everybody responded to it. This was a crazy story.
It's a crazy story. True.
Yeah.
Audience score is 92.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Damn,
Woo!
good one.
Woo!
It's a crazy story. It's almost too hard to believe.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. You're like,
I
this guy
think,
is insane.
Like, what's his name? Who's the actor? The big tall guy who was in Wedding Singers, who was in this, right?
Oh, the comedian?
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Stop saying that.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, it's Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn took me out. I just couldn't believe him in the army. That was a tough
a sergeant.
As the NCO.
One. Yeah,
like the
it just that one screwed it for me. But the story is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right. I'm willing to guess that maybe neither one of you saw this one. So that's why I threw it in there.
Spaceballs.
Unbroken.
I've seen this. Of course I've
This
seen
was
this.
directed by Angelina Jolie.
True story.
It was 2014's fantastic story.
Yep.
The story of Lou Zamperini, starring Jerry
Olympian.
Connell. So it went from where he ran in the Olympics to where he got shot down and was in a raft for 40 days in the ocean, and then he was a prisoner of war. I was like,
Yeah, it gets picked up by the Japanese.
yeah.
And then after the war, he goes back and meets that freaking antagonist.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely amazing.
crazy.
Yeah. The guy who was just basically wanted to
Would kill
torture.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was okay.
I mean, I didn't like the direction. Maybe if a different director did it, I don't know. It just it could have hit a little bit better with me. Great story. I think I read the book. So, who's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Jake goes
6.
first.
Jake.
I was trying to remember where I watched this. That was a pretty good. I'm going 92.
92 is for all the marbles. Well, not really. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with Jake. I think this one really did good. And I think everybody's interest was in it because of Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to see what she was doing. So I'm going to go 96.
96.
Okay.
The audience thought Unbroken was scored at 70.
Ooh.
Really?
70.
Well, I didn't see that coming at all.
Wow. I know. That's why I threw it in there because it wasn't. It's
Wow.
not It's not in the movies that we would recommend. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Wow.
So, final scores after 6 movies. Eric, 52. Jake,
We're going lowest. It's golf, right?
68.
Ah, nice.
Oh, God, you guys nailed 1, 2, 3 movies. The last one you both totally blew.
Yeah.
We tanked that one.
But you were right there. Very good.
We were
Very,
way off on the first ones. I was way off on the first one.
very voice of the people. I like it.
Very cool.
Well done. That's an easy one. We'll come up with some more.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Where were
Eric.
Spaceballs in that one?
We'll go back to
Yeah,
We should do it. We haven't done like military comedies.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'm okay. Spaceballs is a joke, but what about Forrest Gump? Thousands?
Well, that is the true story of Forrest Gump. That's true.
True
It is
story.
his
Forrest
bio-
Gump.
biopic.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Jenny's
Eric.
the best freaking protagonist in the world.
Jenny.
That whore bag.
My wife gets so mad every time it comes out. I was like,
Yeah,
you know how many times she fucked him over?
all of them.
His
That many
whole
times.
life.
All of
And
the
he
time.
was there. And he was
Until
still
she
there.
came to die in his arms, man.
Did
Again,
you
fucking
know?
him over, leaving him with the burden of burying her and
A
shit.
baby.
Oh, yeah.
Guilt.
Hey, here's your son. I'm going to kick off now. You go.
Yeah.
You go do this.
Take care of him.
But I heard, because I always thought it was HIV that she was down with, right? But I read some behind the scenes, and the author of the book, it was hepatitis C
Oh.
that she
Okay.
had. So either way, they didn't have a cure.
No.
All right, Eric, astonish us with
All
some
right.
military-
So tonight's history is based upon last week's history. We came up with an idea of finding some very unique operations or military events. So tonight I stuck with that theme. I thought it was really cool. And this one's a little off the charts because in the end, it wasn't very successful.
Oh.
But when
okay.
I tell you what this was, you both are going to go, well, who the hell thought it would be? What kind of brain scientist came up with this? So, oh my goodness. So, the name of this thing was called Project Iceworm.
Iceworm.
Anybody heard of that before?
No.
Okay. It was the U.S. military's plan to house and deploy ICBMs from beneath Greenland's ice cap.
Oh.
You're going to love this. I was
All right.
like, who in the world? So they had to get permission from Denmark. They do.
What year was this?
It was beginning of
Had
the
to be in
Cold
the
War.
50s, right? It had to be in the 50s.
Yeah.
Where they were just
It was-
making any kind of, they were just, the concept of actually launching bombers north to shoot nuclear tipped missiles at the incoming ICBMs from the Soviets.
Yeah.
That whole concept probably was in the same meaning as Operation Iceworm.
Yeah. This was 1951. That was when the agreement between Denmark and the United States was signed. It outlined that members of NATO could negotiate the establishment of military facilities in Greenland. So that's the agreement. So then they come up with this idea. The Department of Defense said the project was an experiment to test construction technique in Arctic climates, explore issues with portable nuclear reactors, and conduct scientific experiments centered around Greenland's ice cap. However, they left out one juicy tidbit. The actual reason for the military base was to install nuclear missiles in the country. So they developed a camp called Camp Century. Centur. All right.
Uncreative name.
The Army called the project Camp Century, which served as a highly publicized cover-up for the true operation. Construction began in June of 1959 and was completed just over a year later. You know why it was completed? Because it was all done in the ice cap. All the rooms, everything was done in ice. What happens in ice when it gets warm?
It melts.
Okay.
No way.
So this was no easy feat. First, a 3-mile-long road had to be built. They brought in equipment supplies where construction would begin on the facility. Trenches were then dug into the ice and surrounded by steel arches to form the roof and covered with snow for extra protection and camouflage. The longest trench, known as Main Street, was over 1,000 feet long. Inside the trenches, wooden buildings were set up with space left between their walls and the ice in an attempt to reduce melting from the warmth being generated from within. The base was insulated, sourced gallons of fresh water from the ice, and was outfitted to receive electricity generated by the world's first portable nuclear reactor, which was installed in 1960.
Portable nuclear
Nice.
reactor.
Yeah. All in all, Camp Century could house over 200 soldiers, had a kitchen, cafeteria, laundry facility, communication center, a hospital chapel, and even a barbershop. It featured 26 different tunnels, and its construction truly determined whether working under the ice was feasible, which we all know becomes
Ultimately, no.
not feasible.
Worth a
Camp
shot,
Century,
guys.
Camp Century hid the Army's true operation, which was Project Iceworm. It was based on the model established at Camp Century, but with the intention of building an additional 52,000 square miles of tunnels, equivalent to the size of Denmark. Okay.
Jesus.
All right. So now we're going to go straight to problems with Project Iceworm. On the surface, Project Iceworm seemed like the perfect plan. Nuclear missiles deployed within range of Soviet targets was ideal for U.S. However, problems soon came to light, like melting. After just 3 years, ice core samples showed that Greenland's ice cap was moving faster than originally anticipated.
Holy shit.
Already in 1962, the reactor's room ceiling had begun to drop, requiring it to be lifted 5 feet. At the rate the ice was moving, the base and its tunnels would be destroyed in as little as 2 years.
Oh,
Go figure. With this information, the Army realized it simply couldn't risk storing hundreds of nuclear missiles there.
Well, at least they realized that.
Additionally, the modifications required to create the Iceman missiles would be costly, and issues with communicating with the weapons while operating under several feet of Arctic snow proved to be detractors from further pursuing Operation Iceworm. The operation was officially canceled in 1963, and no missiles were ever deployed to Greenland.
After $1 billion in 1960 money was deployed.
So I wish I could show you the pictures of these guys creating these massive.
that is
Probably
pretty cool. Like, that's a
18
pretty
feet.
impressive thing.
Are
Did
you
you look
looking
it
at
up?
it, Jake?
No, I'm just imagining it. I'm like, man, that's
They're digging
building a
trenches.
whole base in an ice
the
cap
ice
is
cap.
pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
It didn't work.
Now,
but it's
you know,
good.
like 3 NCOs were like, this is not going to fucking work, guys. Like, boss.
Hey,
This
that
is- it's already
portable.
moving, and we've been
Right.
here a month. It's already
Yeah.
moving. This is not going to work. And they're like,
Yeah.
it's going to work. We're going to make
Your
it
port
work.
nuclear
And
reactor.
boss made this decision. We're making it work.
We're putting beams up to reinforce it. All right. Hey, this portable nuclear thing is really hot.
Don't
Don't sweat it. It'll be all right.
Don't worry. The melting ice will cool it. Jeez.
As you walk by the walls, you see shit water running down. You're like, I
Yeah,
wonder if
dude.
that's
You're
supposed to be like
capturing
that.
your base water supply from the melting walls of your base.
You open up the window. There's the wall. You use it to
Yeah.
wash your hands.
Yeah, you got a General Napoleon Dynamite explaining away all the things. They're like, the ice will keep it cold. God.
It is amazing.
Why are you
the
guys being all
things
whiny about this?
that they come up with? It truly is, man. It's
Pretty
amazing.
impressive.
Good
But-
find, Eric. See,
Yeah.
those are fun.
That was
Yeah,
a good
I like
Fun,
those.
man.
I like those.
Next
Nice.
week we'll have 3 of them, and then the audience can decide on
Ooh.
114.
All right.
So
I like it.
nice, Eric. Well, gentlemen, we've been on for quite a while. That's one of our longest.
Yeah.
So, should we call this thing end up?
And it.
We should. On behalf of all of us here, I'd like to thank you for listening today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let us know how we did in the comments. And make sure next week that you are not.
Late for changeover.
I miss Anna.
Still,
like it.
Anna.
I miss Anna.
Oh, you just need to reach out to wherever Anna and Juan are and see if they'll come
Yeah.
back on.
I miss Anna.
Gentlemen, it's good to see you. Good to be back.
Yeah, it's good
And
to see you
to
guys.
everyone watching and listening, thanks for listening and watching. We'll see you next week.
Cool.
All right.